Justin Trudeau and the end of the modern progressive experiment. When Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau appeared in front of reporters outside the front door of his residence at Rideau Cottage in Ottawa on Monday, it was a fitting setting for the announcement that would follow. In the early days of the pandemic, Trudeau would hold regular briefings from the same spot in front of the handsome two-story Gregorian Revival mansion he's called home for the last decade. It was a reminder of days past when Canadians would rally around their Prime Minister as he delivered updates on the virus and efforts of the government to contain it. And fast forward to today, the 53-year-old one-time icon of modern progressive movement announced that he would resign from office after losing the support of both Canadian voters and high-ranking members of his own Liberal Party, which is on track for crashing defeat in the national elections that will take place in October. This country deserves a real choice in the next election. I cannot be the best choice in that election, he said. There was a time when Trudeau was hailed as a transformative figure in international politics, a self-professed environmentalist, feminist, and advocate for refugee and Indigenous rights, complete with movie star looks and a famous last name. Trudeau became a liberal line in Western world when he was elected in 2015. But in retrospect, his honeymoon with Canadians was brief, lasting only about 2 years. By 2017, his image was already suffering under a growing number of scandals and controversies that went from a simmer to a boil during the pandemic that followed. In the subsequent elections of 2019 and 21, the Liberals lost seats in Parliament, forcing Trudeau to form minority governments reliant on the support of a left-wing opposition party, a strategy other progressive leaders worldwide have also adopted to maintain power. Trudeau's Liberals lacked parliamentary majority, having long depended on support from centre-left New Democratic Party (NDP) to pass legislation and maintain power. That alliance has since unraveled with NDP leader Jagmeet Singh declaring last month that his party will vote to bring down Trudeau's government. Other opposition parties have also vowed to do the same. Describing himself as a fighter who hates to back down, Trudeau told reporters on Monday that he knew he could not win the next election while also battling internal divisions within his party. When he bounded onto the world stage October 2015, Trudeau's progressive bona fides seemed an extension of waning days of Barack Obama era, and that fall Donald Trump, who had just launched a long-shot bid for the U.S. presidency, was covered in the media as little more than a joke. It was an era of unapologetic social liberalism and a time where a male politician could post on what was then called Twitter that he was openly a feminist and not be mocked for it. The rise of right-wing leaders like Donald Trump in the United States and shifting cultural dynamics in Western countries quickly changed the dominance of liberal ideas after Trudeau's initial victory. And even so, Trudeau sought to position himself as counterbalance to the Trump era, voicing respect for American voters while frequently weighing in on debates unfolding in Washington. By April 2024, Canada's population had surpassed 41 million, with immigrants accounting for a staggering 98% of the country's growth in the previous year. While this surge underscored Canada's commitment to open-door policy, it also amplifies existing challenges. Like its neighbor to the south, Canada faces housing crisis, soaring living costs, and mounting national debt, all issues that Trudeau's opponents blame, at least partially, on such an open-door policy. Canada has since revised its immigration targets under pressure. Under a new plan announced last year, the number of permanent residents arriving in 2025 will be reduced by 21%, from the original goal of 500,000 to 395,000. Trudeau described this adjustment as a necessary pause to allow the Canadian economy and its infrastructure to keep pace with population growth. Meanwhile, the Conservative Party has effectively capitalized on Trudeau's vulnerabilities, including rising inflation, housing shortages, and lingering pandemic-related dissatisfaction. According to polling aggregator 338 Canada, the Conservatives now lead the Liberals by more than 20 points, a dramatic reversal for the party that Trudeau essentially saved and rebuilt in his own image. This is by Newsweek on the NYUZ. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.